Dane Vogel.
Ultor and the Saints have... Responsible?
You don't know him like I do. The boss put him through a window for a reason.
The reason was the boss was kind of fucking crazy back then.
That's a fair point.
Building down here, giant Ultor sign on it. I don't think this is a problem.
I'll buy that.
I think we may have got the attention of the demons. How do we want to handle it?
We handle it by killing demons. This reminds me of that one time I killed a lot of people.
Look at us. Kinsey Kensington and Johnny Gat driving together on a birthday adventure.
Are you always this excited?
Generally, I'm a misanthrope.
I get it. So this is hell. Not as bad as I thought.
It kind of reminds me of Steelport. So, what's the plan?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna shoot him in the face unless he gives us the boss back.
What if Dane doesn't have the boss?
I'll probably still shoot him in the face. Better run. It's mine now.
Welcome to hell.
Shouldn't you have a receptionist?
Such is the plight of eternal damnation. I have a feeling you didn't come here to catch up. Let's talk in my office.
Not even death could stop the enterprising Vogel, who wasted no time in setting up an Ultor branch in the bowels of hell. Dane was eager to fill Johnny in on the ever-shifting politics of land rights in the underworld. But real estate mattered little to Johnny, who only cared where his friend was.
Where'd you put the president?
I've been trying to explain that. I didn't take them.
Bullshit. You expect me to believe you just happened to be the first thing we see in hell?
Maybe it's just me, but your thank you sounds more like an accusation.
That's probably because he plans to kill you.
Okay. I get the trust issues. Can I show you something?
The pieces all came together. The president had caused more chaos and destruction than any other in human history. It was only natural that Satan would want them to marry his daughter. They needed a plan, and Johnny had one.
I'm gonna shoot the devil in the face.
I think you might be skipping some details.
No, I said in the face.
I like the commitment, but you gotta find a way to get close enough to him in the first place.
When's the wedding? I'll just show up
And then you'll shoot him in the face. Sorry, but it's a little more complicated than that. These things are tied to the soul. You won't be able to enter without one.
So how do we get one?
You get his attention. I know some places that are of particular value to the father of the bride. You hit those, you'll get your shot.
Wait, why would Satan give out an invitation for destroying his stuff?
Oh, he won't, but it should piss him off enough to get him to attack Johnny personally. Either the devil kills Gat and Ultor gets the construction contracts to rebuild what was destroyed, or Johnny kills Satan and I'll have to pay less taxes. It's pretty win-win.
That's why you're helping us? To make more money in hell?
Hell's what you make of it, sweetie.
Works for me. What you got?
All right.
Satan had entrusted the day-to-day running of hell to 5 archdukes, and Dane knew how to find them all. But beyond that, not everyone in hell was content to go along with Satan's status quo. There were others who shared Dane's ambition for power, and the Ultor mogul knew that the key to unseating Satan lay in gaining their aid. But before Johnny set out to wage war against the Prince of Darkness, Dane had one final gift. An artifact that he had spent fortunes on. Lucifer's cracked halo. This holy relic granted Johnny the majestic wings of the Morning Star. However, he still needed help in learning how to use them.
Alright, you got me on the sticks, now what?
Would it kill you to show a little excitement? You're about to experience angelic flight, for Christ's sake.
Dane.
Someone... Great. Now you should have... All right. Let's start slow. Try to jump over to that next island. Also, the longer you charge your wings before jumping, the further you'll go. Hey, you didn't fuck it up. Good job. Now get up that cliff. Don't worry. If something looks too high, just keep on jumping off the wall. Remember to charge your jumps if you want to get up the cliff. Now it's time to fly. You heard of... You need to jump before you can fly. Launch yourself in the air with a jump, and then hold your wings out to glide to that next island. I put out some orbs to show you the path. Try again. Here's a tip. You don't need to get a running start to fly. Just jump, then hold your wings out to glide. Let the wings do the work. You'll have to dive to reach the next island. Do that by pointing your head down. Don't worry, the rest of your body will follow. I put a shiny flap orb out in front of you. Collect the orb, and your wings will flap to gain speed. All right, now try flapping those wings on your own. Do a flap on your way to the next island. The exact opposite of diving is climbing. Climbing will slow you down and eventually cause you to stall. And trust me, stalling sucks. You can flap while gliding to gain additional speed. So the faster you're going, the higher you can fly. Now try to reach the island. All right, time to take the training wheels off for the final lesson. Flying takes stamina. If you run out in midair, you are going to drop like a rock. A stupid, stamina-less rock. Last island is right under those lava falls. Notice how your stamina drains the longer you glide. Let's get you back to the Ultor building. I want to run through all the stuff you can do to hurt Satan.
Sure thing. See you soon.
Here's the deal. If you want some FaceTime with Satan, you need to get his attention. Now, Satan hates being challenged, so anything you do to undermine his control is good. Fraud, mayhem, shooting demons in the face, anything. You can keep track of Satan's wrath with this handy meter. Get it high enough and you'll be having drinks with Big Red in no time. I've compiled a list of shit to do, so take a look and do whatever sounds fun. Oh, one more thing. We have some potential allies down here. Trust me, you want to impress them.
Don't mind if I do. Check out the vending machine near the Ultor building. Is it a special vending machine? No. Have you bought stuff from a store already? Probably. But I would be remiss as your guide if I didn't show you the basics. Everyone's chasing the Stygian dream down here. A way to make hell just a little more tolerable. And when you're surrounded with that amount of desperation, believe me...
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 1. The Damned. Welcome to hell, O ye of questionable morality. Who you were on Earth no longer matters. When you arrive here, everyone from the mightiest crime lord to the elderly gentleman who takes pens from banks begin the same way, as wretched ghouls wandering the streets. As a shadow of a man, you are stripped of your sins and condemned to a meaningless existence. Eternal playthings for a demonic host who is all too eager to ply its trade.
This is bad. Come on! This is bad for my OCD. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Yeah! This is becoming a habit.
many of these are there? Oh boy. Let's see what these things can do. This is bad for my OCD. Ooh. Let's see what these things can do. Oh, lightning. Is there nothing you can't do? Man, I'm really good at killing people. The vending machines in hell have weapons.
Hell keeps getting better and better.
Uh-oh. This is bad.
Damn Souls Orientation Guide, Chapter 38. Imps. Little bundles of pure sin. These adorable mischief makers serve as perfect pets or slave labor.
Abandoned ship! We've been boarded! Get these damn things off my ship! Like the old days. Most of you.
I'm right here.
I got a bit of treasure in that pesto there. The weapon you find inside may help with our little imp problem.
That is a freakishly large number.
I hate kids. Really?
Fantastic work!
No.
I am the scourge of the seven seas. I summoned these imps to serve as my crew. I forgot what a handful they could be. Once aboard, they wouldn't listen to their captain. They ran amok in the bowels of the ship.
Nice boat.
This isn't a boat. It's the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Isn't that just a fancy name for a boat?
Names are important, my dear. You can't build a legacy without a name.
Zinyak's destruction of Earth had a profound impact on the afterlife. To heaven, it was a logistical nightmare. St. Peter's meticulous nature drove purgatory wait times to unbearable levels. Meanwhile, in hell, where souls in pain were used as currency, it created a new era of prosperity for the wickedly enterprising. This economic boon resulted in the coffers of hell to be overflowing, which in turn piqued the interest of the most notorious man that sailed the seven seas. Long had Blackbeard been a thorn in Satan's side, robbing tax collectors on a semi-regular basis. But the promise of an immeasurable fortune drove him to be even bolder. An arrangement was reached. Blackbeard would provide information on strategic targets in exchange for a share of the profit. Johnny, who was interested in murder, not money, happily agreed.
Grant ye the ability to summon my crew whenever they're needed.
If I want to open this...
I got word from Blackbeard that every island has a treasure chest hidden on it. What's in the chest? I don't know. I'm not a fucking pirate. What I do know is that if you want to get that thing open, you have to find 3 corresponding glyphs. Look on the bright side. Nothing's trying to kill you.
Oh look, the Bedard algorithm. How pedestrian. Come on! Shiny.
I raided a Centerpol office and found information on where the president is being kept. Evidently, they've been trapped in some sort of soul crystal inside Satan's palace. Breaking in is an impossibility. Your best bet to save them is to continue to try to draw Satan out of his palace.
Gotta find more. Faster.
Lights up. William Shakespeare, humanity's greatest playwright, and hell's most diabolical purveyor of entertainment, looks on as a brave mortal on an Orphean quest enters. The bard's interest is piqued, and he looks to test his visitor's mettle. The masked tragedies were used to enemies cowering as they approached, but soon realized that they faced a foe with courage and nobility, traits uncommon in the fires of perdition. The inciting incident resolved. The time had come for The battle raged on below, and as bullets and blood flew, the bard arched a curious eyebrow. Could this mortal be the exact thing that Shakespeare needed?
This battle is far over, mortal. Arise!
And now, Act 3! the conflict resolved, Shakespeare eagerly awaited meeting the champion that dispatched so many of his men. Undoubtedly, they were here for the bard's aid, and while happy endings were not a thing found in hell, Shakespeare always had a soft spot for comedies.
In the land of the living, William Shakespeare is regarded as one of the most prolific playwrights of all time. However, to the denizens of hell, the bard is seen in a far different light. After selling his soul for fame and adoration, Shakespeare served in hell as Satan's spy master general. In doing his duty, Shakespeare would punish the souls he was investigating by forcing them to perform in grotesque passion plays for Satan's amusement. But in a Twelfth Night-esque twist, Shakespeare found himself living a double life. While he projected an image of cruelty, his heart was as soft as Jezebel's. In secret, he would tutor her on the classics and act out the works of his mortal days. When Satan found out, he cast Shakespeare out of the palace, believing that the poet would be tormented by the populace of hell, far out of Jezebel's sight. But Satan had not counted on the bard's cunning. Embracing his persona of master torturer, Shakespeare and his followers, the tragedies, took root in the entertainment district, biding their time for revenge.
And so Shakespeare called forth the Deus Ex Machina to bestow our protagonist with the arcane power of force stomping. Lights up! The mortal stands in the training ground, eager to try out his new force stomp power on the group of demons in front of them.
To battle!
Act 1, Scene 2, in which our protagonist kills more. Act 2, in which our protagonist is greeted by foul imps. In which our protagonist learns that Force Stomp even works on flying enemies, enabling them to remove a Dark Inciter's shield before shooting them to death with bullets. There is also a... The day is won, and the curtain closes on our noble hero.
Looking forward to stretching my wings.
The Forge is prime real estate in hell. This smoggy shithole is located over the richest mineral veins in the afterlife. You want to hurt hell's infrastructure? Here's where you do it. Satan could have avoided all of this if he just listened.
See what these things can do. This is bad for my OCD.
Damned Souls Orientation Guide, Chapter 4. Keeping your city clean. As is imaginable after an influx of souls from an exploding Earth, some souls slip through the cracks. These unrefined souls litter our fair city and could be a quick source of upward mobility to an individual who finds as many as they can. While the promise of economic mobility seems promising and not hell-like, naturally such prizes are highly contested and are the source of many conflicts.
Let's go! Got it.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long.
The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep.
Horn on the bus goes beep, beep, beep all day long.
Out of the way!
The bell on the bus goes ding,
You know, I gotta say, the song is pretty catchy.
The banality of this children's song not drive you mad.
This isn't pop music.
You're a strange woman.
driver on the bus says chickens please, chickens please, chickens please. The driver on the bus says chickens please all day long. Ladies on the bus say wah 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 wah. Ladies on the bus say wah 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 all day long.
We must end this infernal music! Come, let us return to my castle. We may plot our next steps in proper surrounds.
Johnny led Vlad back to his castle, which since his incarceration became a haven for frat parties and squatters. But the systematic impaling of trespassers would have to wait. Vlad was a man of his word, and was eager to provide intel that could aid in hobbling Satan's armies.
I bestow upon you the Stygian cold fire.
Satan was a fool to turn against me.
Come on! Gotta find more. Uh-oh. Let's go! How many of these are there?
What did I do to you?
Go to hell! Really didn't have a chance.
We're standing in a parking garage. I don't like it either, but Centerpool isn't giving us many options. I can't believe they tried to force us out. I can't believe you forgot the mimosas. I think we have bigger problems. I don't think you realize how much I love mimosas.
Viola, thank God you're...
How do you know Viola?
We're like sisters.
I am her sister.
No need to get territorial. We can all share.
I'm not sharing my sister with you.
Someone's got puritanical hang-ups.
What did you say? Let it go!
God's sake.
You know, it's really important that you two get along. Can we talk about this later?
Classic Kiki. Always deflecting.
Classic Kiki? I've never met you.
I know everything about you.
She grows on you. I promise. Great.
We should get you back to the altar build.
Hooray.
After being reunited in Hell, Kiki and Viola wasted no time in doing what they do best: facilitate the running of businesses. However, the De Winter sisters' success did not sit well with other would-be power players in Hell. The sisters' operations all came under attack at once, forcing them on the run. Soon, the twins found themselves on the receiving end of an offer they couldn't refuse. After all, it was better to own 1/5 of something than to be dead.
You helped us, now let us help you. Here's a little something made popular by another group of sisters, the Gorgons.
Let's see what these things can do. This is bad. How many of these are there?
My lawyer, Legal Lee, figured out a way to get some gold-level clients a fast track out of hell. The more abuse you put these guys through, the more years we can shave off. Lee suggested running clients through the designated intersections to boost their punishment.
While his wife Laura was admitted into heaven, the Heavenly Father was less forgiving of poor Tobias, whose shirtless antics as a crazed drug dealer firmly earned him a place inside the Great Inferno. However, ever the optimist, Tobias tried to look on the bright side of being transformed into a husk. After all, while the removal of his signature dreadlocks was a disappointment, he was finally free from having to wear pants ever again. But while Perpetual Commando appealed to Tobias, he still yearned for Laura and her delightful snickerdoodles. Touched by his story and terrified by his demeanor, Legal Lee worked with renewed purpose to unite the two lovers.
I was happy with people forgetting I exist, but motherfuckers always gotta bring up the past.
I would never pay someone to help me with revenge. I would do it all by myself. You really didn't have a chance. Come on! How many of these are there?
Alright, buddy, let's take this opportunity to stretch those wings. I've set up a rudimentary flight path through the city.
That was a good time. Let's go! Made it. Doing just fine. This isn't so tough. Made it. Woo! That was a good time. Yeah! Alright. This isn't so tough. Woo! Keep it up, Kinsey. This isn't so tough. Made it. Doing just fine. The only way to travel. Just keep it up, Kinsey. Shiny. Right on.
Okay, I have a thought on how we can get the attention of Satan, and I really think you're gonna like this one.
Never underestimate me. See what these things can do. Shiny.
All right, it's salvation time. Satan's using his magic to send souls skyward and downward into oblivion. That's where you...
Time to collect some souls. Great. Now I need to keep the momentum going. Gotcha! Damn it! I need to start the combo over. Should be able to blast through that shield. Gotcha! Let's get you out of here. Let's see what these things can do. I built my combo up before I can do it again. Gotta keep this combo going. Great. Now I need to keep the momentum going.
If you're smart, you'll bail on the Saints like I did. Troy gets a pass.
That should make Dane happy.
You've just entered one of 4 soul extraction facilities. This is where souls...
Good stuff now. what these things can do.
Great work. Ultor's moving into the territory you freed up, and we're already seeing a difference. I can't wait to see what happens when we own it all. Great job tearing up hell.
Thanks.
I need you to stop.
What?
Do you really think Satan could still be thinking about Jezebel's wedding after all the damage you've done? I'm telling you, the devil is about to react in a big way, and when he does, we need to.
Satan didn't have much time to react to the war Gat was waging, because at home, Jezebel was waging a war of her own.
I don't love them!
You think I care?
If you started acting like a father, you would.
I'm looking after your best interest.
You don't care about my happiness! This is about you! If you just stop telling—
You will marry that saint, and I won't hear another word!
I won't do it!
You think because you're my daughter, you think that you're above it all. But schemes are currently in motion. Your choice, be a wife or be a thrall. They say the devil's in the details, and I have some more for you. Celestial light doesn't shine a ray here. Happy endings are through. You belong to me. I'm giving you away. Your blood will not save you. My hand will be cruel if you disobey. You belong to me.
Never. I'm sick of perdition, so tired of tradition, but now my time has come to go break away, to live for today, to stand out beneath the sun. I know there has to be some way for me to be free, just living a life that's far from the strife and torturous pain, someplace that's far from here and not awash with fear. Oh God, I can't wait to cast off this hate. I want to find love. There's a big wide world for me to explore. So many things that I don't know. Like, would I like ice cream? How do I feel about cats? And is Nightblade my new favorite show? But until that time, I'm stuck in this hell, a relentless tempest of rage, surrounded by guards, betrothed by my father, trapped inside this gilded cage.
It's not working, Kinsey.
You don't know that, Johnny.
Tearing this place apart, but Satan doesn't even seem to...
We didn't come this far to fail.
You think I'm giving up?
We have one less place to go.
What if it doesn't work?
The bus is counting on us.
You think I don't know? How do I burn down a city that's baptized in fire? How do I kill off an army that's dead? Time's slipping away now, and the best plan we've got is just put one inside Satan's head. If roles were reversed, God, I know they'd save me, but all my solutions involve murder sprees.
You have to stay the course and kill without remorse.
Yeah, that sounds fun, but what has that done? We're still where we stand.
The day isn't over yet. Our sun's not begun to set. No matter how small, the wings of a fly can create hurricanes. Johnny Gat. For the first time I've ever in my life, Gat is the name that cuts through my father like a knife. The seed of rebellion, it grows like a weed, and someone so violent is just what I need. There's no turning back now, the die has been cast. This sinner has found her saint, I'll be free at last. The people, the music, it waits up above. I know I'll be happy when I find love. I know I'll be happy when I find
Congratulations on making... Looks like Satan's noticed that the current disruptions have been caused by everyone's favorite winged terrorist, and he's looking to do something about it. This place spire... Take a break. You deserve it.
I don't take breaks.
Could you make an exception for an armchair with guns?
Yes. Yes, I could.
Chairs should be nearby. Check out the rooftops.
Got it. So this is what it's like to not sit cross-legged. I should get out more often. Come on! Gotta find more. Right on. Let's see what these things can do. This is bad for my OCD.
All right, matey. It's time for your lesson. Let's summon me favorite scurvy-riddled hellion, the Imp. Why don't you start off by summoning an imp to take out these enemies? There you go, mate. Now take down the others. Those little ankle biters are vicious. Now let's practice your aim. Take down the demons on the islands. Few things are as rewarding as pressing someone into service, am I right? Now get going. There's a whole wide world waiting to be plundered.
Never underestimate me.
Let's go!
Kingsies?
I've brought you to this inferno to teach you about the power I have granted you. Cold Fire is an aura, which means you must activate the power and get close to an enemy before they will feel the cold embrace of the Stygian flames. Try it against these demons.
Okay.
Well done, my friend. Now here comes a Dark Inciter. Use your aura, then get close to him to take down his shields. From there you can finish him off with your pistol. You've done it. Doesn't it feel good to watch an enemy burn?
Damned Souls Orientation Guide, Chapter 14. The Ultor Corporation. Dane Vogel is an example for what the best of you can become. A businessman who serves as my thrall. This megacorporation exists at my leisure. And assuming it continues to serve my interests, I will allow it to persist.
Downtown looks like a shithole when I first got here. In all fairness, you were in hell, true, but where others saw status quo, I saw opportunity. I knew that if I wanted to revitalize downtown, I would need clout and capital. Venture to get started.
Alright, Dane's letting us use the Ultor training room to test out your Stone Blast power.
I knew I could create a powerful alternative. So go ahead and blast these demons to turn them to stone. After they're petrified, you can use your pistol to shatter them.
Nice! Stone Blast is especially useful on flying demons like this one.
Alright, now let's see you drop a few more.
Stay down!
A blast will also take down the shield of a Dark Insider, leaving it vulnerable to gunfire. Take this Dark Insider.
I think you've got the gist of it. Alright, let's go.
These are there?
The Barrens is the perfect staging grounds for all manner of operations against Satan. But first, we have to secure it.
Through the windshield. You're done.
barrens were the only place desolate enough to allow me to build the Queen Anne's Revenge in peace. Before I discovered the barrens, all of my efforts would be overrun by people looking to cause me harm. But here, the energy it would require to ruin my day was a wasteland they would have to traverse.
If you're smart, you'll bail on the Saints.
Pain is delicious.
You're done. Yeah! On to the next one. Right on. Oh boy.
There's lots of ways to get Satan's attention, but we should never forget.
keep up. Don't you guys ever quit?